thank you for watching today's video. I'm so excited to do because it's going to be a new collab video, and I am collabing with my friend Kelly Gooch here on YouTube. I am so stoked. We had a collab planned a couple months ago actually, and then she had to do some traveling for work, so we put it on pause, and then we did our group collab video, our Dethroned makeup products with me and 4 other girls. Kelly was included in that, so then we pushed our collab back even a little bit further, but we are here today to do our collab, and I'm so excited. I love Kelly's channel so much. If you are not yet subscribed to her, if you have not seen her videos yet, of course she's going to be in my description box. Make sure to head over to her channel, check her out, let her know I sent you. If you like my content, I think you're gonna like her content. I will say be prepared to always be really jealous of Kelly's hair. As someone who just like struggles with her hair and has really flat hair, every time I see Kelly's videos and her hair is like bouncing and beautiful, I'm like, I'm not jealous. No, I'm not. But she puts out a lot of videos and a lot of really fun videos. She's always coming up with so many good ideas. You see her mention a ton around the beauty community, I feel like, because she comes up with so many fun tag videos. She's very creative and very unique over here, so make sure to check her out. But she is actually doing a drugstore week over on her channel, and she asked if I would want to collab in the finale video, and I said yes. And she did a poll on her community tab, and it seemed like the most voted on item was to talk about drugstore products that exceeded our expectations. So she asked if I'd want to do that video, and I said of course. So I have about 10 different products I believe here that I'm going to talk about, all drugstore and all products that really impressed me, and maybe I didn't think they would for X, Y, or Z reason. So we're going to be talking about drugstore products that exceeded my expectations today. So why don't we go ahead and get started. So first up, I want to talk about this foundation. It's the foundation that I'm wearing today. This is from Covergirl, and it is the Vitalist Healthy Elixir Foundation. I'm in the shade 740, which is a natural beige. This is about $10 at Ulta. It has a really nice pump on it. It's a really nice glass bottle, again for only $10, which I thought was great. This one, I feel like it exceeded my expectations because I kind of just bought it blindly. I hadn't really heard a lot about it yet. I hadn't really waited for any reviews to come out. But when I saw it, it just kind of intrigued me because it's called the Healthy Elixir. It's supposed to be made with really good ingredients for the skin. It's supposed to be a foundation with vitamins. It has your SPF 20 in there, but it's just supposed to be good for the skin. And I was curious about it. And again, for, you know, the drugstore foundation price, I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a shot. But I can 100% say that I did not expect to fall in love with this foundation. This is one of my favorite foundations, not just from the drugstore, but just in general. This has become one of my favorite foundations. If you can see from my bottle, I have made a pretty good dent in there. I just think it's fantastic. I just feel like it makes the skin look so good. Like no matter, I'm having a really bad skin day. Actually, my chin is completely broken out. I feel like when I put this foundation on, I just feel like it covers really well without being heavy, without being cakey, and it's very long lasting, but I just love the finish that it gives my skin, and I wasn't expecting that for a $10 foundation, but Covergirl nailed it. And I think another reason too is like not all Covergirl products always like knock it out of the park for me. They're kind of more on like the side of the drugstore brands, you know what I'm saying? But I gave this one a shot, and I am very glad that I did. Next up, I want to talk about these powders here from Pixi Beauty. Pixi Beauty is a drugstore brand. You can find them at Target, but they are kind of more on the higher priced. But that doesn't always mean that all of their products are going to knock it out of the park. Some Pixi products I don't prefer, and others I really enjoy. These face powders I have been very impressed with. I have a blush here and a highlight here. And these are just really good face powders, and I feel like I hear a lot of other people saying really good things about them. I actually did receive these in PR, and it was one of like the first times I was really trying Pixi Beauty. So I feel like it kind of exceeded my expectations in a way because I didn't really have high expectations. I hadn't really heard a lot about Pixi except for people saying like, oh, it's expensive for a drugstore brand. And so I was kind of like, I'm not really sure what to expect here, but I did get these sent to me, and when I first started trying them, I was like, wait a second. These are fantastic. And then more, you know, all of a sudden you kept hearing more and more people saying like, wait a second, this blush is really good. This highlight's really good. There's face palettes that I have from Pixi that are really good. So these run you about $16 each, which I do think is high. If you have the Target Red card, you can get a little bit cheaper, or if there's ever like beauty deals at Target, you can get it for a little bit cheaper there as well. But I do feel like they are worth it. This blush is in, it's called the Glowy powder in Rome Rose. This is just a beautiful blush. it looks kind of intimidating in the pan, especially to me, you know, with, you know, a lighter skin tone. I'm like, oh, is this gonna be too dark on me? I'm not quite sure, but it's beautiful. It has a gorgeous sheen, and it never looks like too much on the skin. Like I can even go in heavy with my blush brush, but it never looks like too much on the skin. And then this other one here, the highlights I feel like are so, so good. This is the Glowy powder in Santorini Sunset. This is a really, really stunning highlight. There is a swatch of that highlight there in Santorini Sunset. I had another one as well. And again, just a really beautiful highlight powder, very soft, but still very pigmented at the same time. Looks really beautiful on the skin, but it's not like too powdery. It doesn't show a lot of texture. Just really, really good powder. So I wasn't quite expecting to fall in love with Pixi's face powders, but I definitely did, and I would recommend them both. Another product here is one that I just kind of purchased on a whim. It was a new product. I hadn't really seen a lot of reviews yet, but I had been searching for a really good drugstore brow pencil. I felt like a lot of my pencils that I really preferred for brows were more high-end, and I wanted to have a more balanced like brow collection. And so I just kind of purchased this from Ulta one day. Maybelline was having a sale. You guys know that I'm going to talk about the Total Temptation Brow Definer. You see me wearing it a ton. I've recommended it a ton. I've given this great reviews, and if this doesn't prove it, I just bought 2 more. Maybelline was having a buy 2 get 1, yeah, what was it? Buy 2 get 1 free sale, and I'd wanted to pick up a new Maybelline Fit Me concealer because I'd run out a while ago, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get 2 more brow pencils because I'm almost out of this one. So I purchased 2 more and then got the concealer for free. Boom. But this really is a fantastic brow pencil. I have mine in the shade Blonde. You have just a tiny little spoolie over here, which at first I was like, oh, that's weird, but it's not weird. It's just different. It's just different from the big old long spoolie that you usually get on other brow pencils, but really, this is fine. It gets the job done. Like I said, I am almost like, that is all I have left from this brow pencil, but I think it's fantastic. It's similar in shape to the Goof Proof, like a teardrop shape, but it's smaller and like thinner, narrower, and I just feel like I can get a really precise yet full brow when I use this brow pencil, and I was very impressed. Again, I went on to purchase 2 more, so like I got my backups now. This was after I did my makeup backup drawer because I just got my package in from Ulta the other weekend, but I was very impressed with these brow products. They're about $8. Was not expecting to love it, and like love it so hard that I immediately had to go out and repurchase it. So Maybelline Brow Definer is a good one. I had lipstick on my teeth that whole time, but if I did, I apologize. It's the second video that I'm filming today, so I'm like, I'm tired. But next up, this highlight palette. Woo! This highlight palette is something else. This is from Sleek Makeup. It's the Solstice highlighting palette. I have only worn this a couple times now. I do have it on my cheeks today, but it is fantastic. And I will say that I kind of went into this like I already kind of had high expectations for this palette because I feel like I've heard about this, you know, I've heard about it in the community. I've heard people saying it's good and that, you know, I need to try it from Sleek Makeup. So my expectations were already like high-ish, but it even like exceeded my high expectations because these powders in here are phenomenal. I haven't even touched the creams. These 2 over here are creams. I really am not all that interested in cream highlights. They're just not really my thing. But both of these powders over here are stunning. I just have this lower one on today. I used this in a recent, I think it was like one of my recent Get Ready With Me videos, or it was my day to night makeup video, because I used this one as my daytime highlight and then I used this one as like my nighttime look. And like, whoa. Like, whoa. I've only used the bottom one today because I don't even feel like I need to add more highlights. I don't even, like, these highlights are insane. It's a $15 palette. You do get 4 different shades, 2 creams, 2 shimmers. You get a little mirror in here. I like the compact. I like the packaging. So impressed with this, and I expected to be impressed. And I was even more impressed from Sleek Makeup. You nailed it. So next up here, I have a mascara. This is from Catrice, and this is the Couture 24-Hour Extreme Volume Mascara. I instantly fell in love with this mascara, and I bought it not hearing about it. I'm pretty sure I hadn't really heard any reviews on it or people raving about it or saying that I needed it. I bought it because I was purchasing the Catrice the liquid camouflage concealer that they have because everybody raves about that one, and it was like buy one get one half off at Ulta for Catrice, and I was like, oh, I just need something, and I just threw a mascara into my cart. Why? I don't know why I chose this one. I don't even know if I know that answer, but I purchased this one not really thinking anything of it and was so impressed. This is a waterproof mascara. This was one of my go-to mascaras in the summer. I think it does great things for length, but it also does really, really good things for volume, and I need both. I'm just super impressed. A very, very black mascara. Again, it's waterproof. We play sand volleyball in the summers, and if I was wearing makeup to volleyball, I was almost always wearing this Catrice mascara. It went out of town with me when we were traveling in the summer because it stayed put. I didn't have to worry about it falling onto my face, onto my eyelids, anything like that. So very impressed. Like, this was one that I just kind of like randomly took a chance on, and I was very impressed with this mascara. Next up here, I have these lipsticks, and these are from NYX. These are the Liquid Suede lipsticks. So these Liquid Suedes, I actually do have a shade on today. I have Soft Spoken on. These I was curious about for a while because I like the NYX lip lingeries. I love the soft matte lip creams from NYX, and every once in a while I was hearing about these, and I was mostly hearing about these like in dupe videos. People would have a high-end lipstick and they'd be like, oh, or you can find a dupe in the Liquid Suede. I felt like that's why I kept hearing about these. And so many times I would have one in my hands at like CVS or Ulta, and then I'd put it back like, nah, I just don't know. These are about $7 or $8 at drugstores. But I was just like, you know what? I'm not completely sold on it. And once I got them, I actually received these in a PR package from NYX. They sent me the entire line, which was so exciting. I was so disappointed with myself of why did I not purchase these sooner, because they are really, really good. They definitely exceeded my expectations, and I was just like, oh, girlfriend, you could have been loving on these months ahead of time, but instead, for whatever reason, I kept holding back. I wasn't fully sold on them, and now I am fully sold on them. It's a very comfortable formula. I love the matte look that it gives. I love that it's long lasting. They don't dry down completely matte. There's a little bit of transfer with them, but just a little bit, but also the pigment still stays on for a really good amount of time, especially for a drugstore lipstick. And again, I really like how comfortable it is. I don't like super, super, super drying liquid lipsticks, and I really do like this formula, especially for the price. And they have some really cool colors in the line as well. They have like purples and blues and like a really kind of like dark greenish blue color that every once in a while when I'm feeling wild, I'll bust it out. But yeah, the NYX Liquid Suede, very impressed with, definitely exceeded my expectations. This next one here is from JCat Beauty. It's the You Glow Girl Base Highlighter. I feel like I've mentioned this a handful of times on my channel. My friend Mickey did send this to me, and I was so excited because I just feel like I don't really hear about JCat Beauty a lot. I don't feel like I see a ton of products being mentioned or used from the brand. So when I got this one, I was like, ooh, this is a really like beautiful highlighter. I like the rose in here. Like, you know, I could tell looking at it that it had like a little purple shift to it. So I was like, ooh, I'm interested. But it is a really beautiful highlight. So there it is underneath the Pixi one. I think it's really stunning. It shows up so easily. It's a really cool color, but I also just really like how it looks on the skin. It's like, it's like different, but not like so different. You know how there's like a lot of the like holographic highlights out right now and things like that. It's like leaning towards that side, but it's not like too crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I really do like this one. It's about $9 for the JCat highlights. And again, this was one that I really didn't have a lot of expectations for because I hadn't really heard about the brand. So I kind of went into it like, will this be any good? I don't know. How come people aren't talking about it if it's good? But now I'm like, how come people aren't talking about it? This is a good highlight. So you go, JCat. You go. I have some different lip products to talk about here. This one is a newer one to me, but so good, and I was not expecting that. This again is from Pixi Beauty, and these are their new Matte Last Liquid Lipsticks. The shade I have here is Pastel Petal. If you watched my February lip picks where I shared all of the different lipsticks I wore in my videos throughout February, you saw this one twice, I believe it was. These are really good lipsticks, and again, I don't know why I went into this one maybe not expecting as good of things. Maybe it's because with Pixi, I feel like I've liked their face products, but I was a little unsure of how a lipstick would go, especially a liquid lipstick. you know, I kind of was a little bit hesitant about it, but these are really, really good lipsticks. They are a little bit higher again for Pixi at $14, but they are just really good liquid lipsticks. So this is what the wand looks like. I love wands like this on liquid lipsticks. I love the pointy ends. I just feel like they're really nice. As someone who doesn't wear lip liner a ton, it's really nice to be able to line my lips with an applicator like this. The shade is absolutely beautiful. I'll go ahead and do a swatch here. I feel like it's a really opaque liquid lipstick. I feel like it lasts a really long time. I feel like it just looks so good on the lips. Again, this shade is in Pastel Petal. These are really, really nice liquid lipsticks. Wasn't quite expecting that from Pixi, but yes, these are really good. Next up here, I have these from Jordana. If you are following my March Madness series, I mentioned Jordana in the lipstick category there, and I wanted to mention them because I feel like I don't really hear a lot of people talk about Jordana like in general, but I also don't hear a ton about these Sweet Cream Matte Liquid Lip Colors, and I think that they're really good. I kind of randomly bought them from a Walgreens. I mean, this was probably like last year or maybe even a little bit longer. I kind of just randomly picked up Tiramisu. I'm not really sure what called me to it. Maybe it was the name, Sweet Cream Matte, got my attention. Tiramisu looked like a fun shade, so I went ahead and purchased it, and I have been very impressed with these. This is what the applicator looks like, so it's a lot different than the Pixi. These are about $8. I think that they're really good liquid lipsticks. They last a really long time, but they are more of a drying formula. So I will say that for them. These are $8. This one here is Tiramisu. They're $8, but I do feel like they hold up for a really good amount of time. The other one I have here is Buttercream Frosting, which is the one that is in my March Madness. This one is a really pale nude right there. I just feel like they're really nice. And again, because I hadn't heard much about Jordana, about the brand, or about these lipsticks in general, I kind of went into it like, are these going to be any good? I'm not really sure, because like when you don't hear people talking about things and you don't see them like hyped all over YouTube, it's kind of like, oh, is it because they're not any good? I don't know. But no, these are really good. I like these ones from Jordana. And then the final item I have here is like one of my old school favorites, if you will. This is from No. 7. It is their Caramel Bronzer. I think these are called like the Match Made Bronzers or something like that. This has been a staple bronzer in my collection for quite some time, and I just really like this bronzer. I wanted to mention it because I know I really like No. 7. I like their skincare. I like a lot of their makeup products, and the makeup is no longer being sold at Ulta. I can still see the skincare on the website, but I'm not really sure what's going on there, and I get a lot of different questions about No. 7, and I'm like, I don't know either. I started trying No. 7 makeup. I was almost a little bit hesitant about it because I love their skincare so much. I was like, ooh, is their makeup really gonna be any good though? And I've been very impressed with a lot of their products, but especially this bronzer, and I feel like I've seen more and more people start to fall in love with this bronzer, which makes me very happy because I think it's a good one. But after this one from No. 7, that's going to be it for my drugstore products that exceeded my expectations. Okay, so that is going to do it for today's video, talking about some drugstore products that I just highly love, highly recommend, and that might have exceeded my expectations. I'd love to know any of yours in the comments down below, of course, and make sure you go over to Kelly's channel. Thank you to Kelly for letting me collab on her finale video with her. Make sure you go over and watch her video as well, and subscribe to her channel if you haven't yet, because she is a gem here in the YouTube beauty community. And if you are coming from Kelly's channel, thank you so much for coming by. I hope that you will subscribe and stick around. I do post a video almost every single day. Sometimes I take a Saturday off here and there, but other than that, you're getting a video from me 6 to 7 days a week. Other than that, that is going to do it for today's video, and as always, if you guys did enjoy this one, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope that you'll also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video.